Hi, I'm Eric Drew. As someone involved in community sustainability, education, and ecology, I'm very interested in conservation, particularly when it comes to water. That's why I'm visiting this Tucson neighborhood, where many of the homes use reclaimed water instead of drinking water for landscape irrigation. Reclaimed water plays an important role in water conservation. In a few moments, we'll see how homeowners here are taking advantage of reclaimed water. But first, what exactly is reclaimed water? Water. In Tucson, it's a precious resource that many take for granted. Every day, millions of gallons of water are used and then simply go down the drain. But this water can be recycled for other uses. To see how, follow me for a quick tour behind the scenes. Turning wastewater into reclaimed water begins here, at Pima County's Roger Road Wastewater Reclamation Facility. Let's go take a look at the process. The process begins by screening out solid material. After screening, the water is skimmed in a primary clarifier to remove other materials like fats, oils, and soap scum, and solids are allowed to settle to the bottom. Water from the primary clarifier is then pumped into a biotower where microorganisms digest tiny bits of garbage. The solids are pumped from the clarifier into these big tanks, and through a composting process, the solids are broken down and reduced in volume. The remaining product is used as fertilizer for agriculture. A byproduct of this process is methane gas, which is either burned off or used to help power the plant. After further treatment, in a secondary clarifier, some of this water is discharged into the Santa Cruz River, and some goes on to additional treatment at Tucson Water's facilities. At a filtration plant near the county facility, through recharge and recovery at the Sweetwater Recharge and Recovery Facility or the Santa Cruz River Managed Underground Storage Facility. And Pima County has another wastewater reclamation facility at Randolph Park that produces such high-quality wastewater that no additional treatment by Tucson Water is required before it is discharged into the reclaimed water system. Tucson Water's filtration plant takes water from Pima County's Roger Road facility that is then pressure filtered through anthracite, coal, and sand. After filtering, it's disinfected with chlorine and stored in a reservoir. It can now be used for irrigation and is ready for distribution through a separate system of purple pipes to reclaimed water customers. Constructed earthen basins are central to another method used to produce reclaimed water called recharge. Recharge uses a natural process to further cleanse the water treated by Pima County. The water is piped into basins or the Santa Cruz River bed where it is recharged, infiltrating through the earth, which acts as a natural filter. This water is stored underground until it is needed. A special well field near the recharge area extracts water, which is blended with water from Tucson Water's filtration plant and is then chlorinated and ready to be used for irrigation by reclaimed water customers. Now here's something interesting. You remember the filtration plant? There's a byproduct from the filtration process, and it's called backwash. Backwash water is piped into the area near the filtration plant known as the Sweetwater Wetlands. The wetlands were created to naturally treat the backwash water before it too is released into the recharge basins. To ensure that reclaimed water meets Arizona Department of Environmental Quality standards for Class A reclaimed water, samples taken on a regular basis are laboratory tested. So there you have it. This is water as it comes out of the tap, delivered by Tucson Water. This is water after it's been treated by Pima County's wastewater treatment plant. And this is water after further filtration at Tucson Water's reclaimed treatment plant. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? But can you drink it? No, not at this level of treatment. But because it has nutrients that are good for plants, it can be used to irrigate residential landscapes, parks, golf courses, and school playgrounds. Since 1984, Tucson Water has worked steadily to increase the distribution of reclaimed water. Today, 160 miles of purple reclaimed water pipe and 15 million gallons of reservoir storage have been added to the system, and Tucson Water's ability to deliver reclaimed water continues to grow. One of the most recent schools to receive reclaimed water for playground and landscape irrigation is Hollinger Elementary. The color purple on nearby signs and irrigation fittings signals the use of reclaimed water. Before a new irrigation system is connected to the reclaim meter, a visual inspection and dye test is conducted to ensure the separation of drinking water and reclaimed water. Here in the city's north side, reclaimed water serves Tucson Country Club Estates. Let's meet one of the homeowners. Hey Ray, beautiful landscape, all irrigated with reclaimed water?
Yeah, it's great for my plants. In fact, I'll go turn it on for you.
Let's go check it out, yeah.
Okay.
A Tucson Country Club resident for the past 4 years, Ray Gedney uses reclaimed water on his outdoor plants and vegetable garden.
Well, when I signed up for reclaimed water, Tucson Water sent me information and explained how to use it.
It's important to note that reclaimed water has been treated specially for irrigation use and not for drinking, bathing, swimming pools, spas or aquariums, heating and cooling equipment, or fountains. And reclaimed water should not be used to wash vehicles, play equipment, driveways, sidewalks, or structures. Annually, reclaimed water customers receive a newsletter that includes an inspection checklist. The checklist is a homeowner's guide to ensure safe use of reclaimed water. In addition, a City of Tucson ordinance requires residential reclaimed water sites to be inspected once every 5 years.
Good morning, Ray.
Hey, how's it going?
Tucson Water has 5 cross-connection control specialists who are highly trained to assist homeowners, conduct site inspections, and to make sure that no cross-connections exist. During site inspection, the Tucson Water specialist uses the homeowner's site plan as a reference to check the operation of the irrigation system and make sure that the system is identified and labeled. The inspection includes a pressure test to ensure that there are no cross-connections with the drinking water system. If a cross-connection is found, it must be corrected for reclaimed water service to continue. A pressure test is done by turning off the drinking water and then checking all the drinking water outlets for water flow. If there is water coming out of any outlet, there is a cross-connection. Then the reclaimed water system is turned off and the irrigation system is checked for water flow. Water coming from sprinkler heads or bubblers means that there is a cross-connection. The plumbing code requires a backflow prevention assembly be installed on the drinking water service to protect the drinking water supply in the event there is ever a cross-connection between the reclaimed and the drinking water systems. Be sure to protect your assemblies from freezing by installing an insulation bag or a covered enclosure, or by wrapping the pipes with insulation. In addition to the backflow prevention assembly, a device may be needed to protect the water heater and plumbing systems from thermal expansion. Both are the responsibility of the homeowner. Among our efforts to conserve water, reclaimed water plays a pivotal role. Unlike groundwater, which can be depleted, or CAP water, which is subject to drought, reclaimed water is a sustainable water supply that will be available as long as Tucsonans are generating wastewater. If you have more questions about reclaimed water, contact Tucson Water at 791-4331 or on the web at tucsonaz.gov/water.